Good morning, everybody. Welcome to the show this morning. All right, so today we're going to do a GHIS-Wish her well update. Now, for the purposes of this show, we're going to be altering many of the names and certain countries and people to protect this video from censorship, because that's what we've been forced to do. We got a choice to make on this platform. We either speak freely, which is we kind of do anyway, but we have to alter the way we say things. And what that does is it bypasses the algos, and then the video gets out to many more people, and then they connect the dots and put the rest of the puzzle pieces together. Now, why do I call this woman GHIS-Wish her well? Well, because that's what Trump said after her capture just recently in New Hampshire. And this just what blows me away about all of this is how out of touch with reality so many people are about the relationship between Trump and GHIS-Well. History doesn't lie. And here are the facts. Trump knew the Maxwells before he ever even met Eggstein. Here you see Trump on Robert Maxwell's boat, his yacht, which is called the Lady Ghislaine. And I think that's a picture of her in the background. We're going to call her GHIS-Well from now on, because that name is not allowed on YouTube's platform anymore, as they protect these people from exposure. And Trump knew these people before he ever met her and met Eggstein. Now, these images go all the way back to the 1980s, and it places Trump on the Maxwell's yacht named after his daughter. Here's another picture, in case you were thinking that was just some one-off thing. I think they're actually still on the yacht here in this image. That's Robert Maxwell right there. Now, GHIS-Well's father was Sneeze Real Intelligence. We're going to start calling it Mouse Sod. GHIS-Well herself was Sneeze Real Intelligence, as was Eggstein. And Trump loves Sneeze Real. He's made it very clear. He's the most pro-Sneeze Real president to ever take the office. Why? Because Trump's father was pro-Sneeze Real. And as you're going to see later in the show, GHIS-Well's father even financed Eggstein's millions. So, this connects her dad, this guy right here, Robert, to Eggstein, and it confirms the Mouse Sod connection. And all that equals up to Trump's wish her well comment. Had nothing to do with him wanting to see her get justice. Had everything to do with taking him at his word. He wishes her well. Why wouldn't he? All the people in this picture are pro-Snizreal, as is Trump. And so until Trump distances himself from Snizreal and their mouse sod, we should start calling it a sad mouse, intelligence arm, until he extrapolates on the true nature of his legacy with the Maxwells and the mouse sad, I'm just going to take him at his word that he really does wish her well. I mean, why would he speak out against one of Snizreal's most effective secret intelligence agents? Why would he speak out against that and the people in this picture if he loves Snizreal so much? So this would be tantamount to, if you're a Patriots fan, saying that Tom Brady sucks and you want him to go to jail. You can't call yourself a Patriots fan and really criticize Tom Brady in the same sentence or wish him harm. He is the Patriots. So let's get into some of these updates on what's been going on with GHIS-Well. And every time I do one of these videos, on these updates. It's like YouTube's all over this. They do not want this information out. They don't really want this talked about. So here's some new information that Giswell and Eggstein gave platters of fruit and iced tea to keep these girls thin. And you can read the rest of the type there. Now, this is creepy because we've done all this work on what the fruit actually means. Okay, fruit means children. So it's weird that they give these children fruit to keep them looking like children. This is just about as sick as it gets when it comes to this kind of stuff. Now, here's another headline. Why is Giswell getting special treatment behind bars? And this just goes to show you. Okay, I don't know, is this a federal case? Because if it is, why does she get to meet with her attorney when nobody else gets to? Not even people accused of murder in these jails are getting to meet with their attorney because of CV-19. But all of a sudden she gets special treatment. So something is going on here. I'm not even sure this woman is really in prison, to be honest with you. Socialites received some seemingly preferential treatment in recent weeks. Been complicated since the beginning, largely owing to the strange circumstances of her one-time associate, Eggstein. Been under intense scrutiny in the Brooklyn Detention Center. And now it appears as though she received some special treatment while behind bars. So, this is what's going on with the Giswell update. Let's go on to this next story here. Life Daily. Now, here are some photos. I think people have actually seen some of these before. This is her on the island. What is this newspaper here? What does this say? It's USA Today. I'll have to look at that newspaper. See, that'll give us an idea of the time frame when these pictures were taken. But here she is with another creep, Jean-Luc Brunel, horsing around, knowing full well what they were doing and why they were there. And this just goes on and on. So we're led to believe this woman's in jail and that she's going to face some kind of a justice. And I just don't see it happening if she actually is in jail, even to begin with. Here's another headline. Eggstein reportedly was bankrolled by Giswell's dad. Same guy Trump was in cahoots with long before he ever even met Eggstein. I think Eggstein in the 80s was still a math teacher. Look at the tie. There he is on the yacht. Now, of course, all of this is just news headlines. So we really don't know the truth. They only show us what they want to show us, right? It's very rare that true leaked information reveals the deeper truths behind some of this stuff. But here in this article, they're trying to say that Robert Maxwell was the one who financed him. And so, look at this. Possible financial ties between Eggstein and Maxwell's dad were allegedly disclosed by model scout Jean-Luc Brunel from chats almost 20 years ago, the Sun said. So apparently this information was disclosed and there was a definite link. All these people were mouse sawed, I believe. And so here we are in basically, this is a national security issue. I mean, think about this for a second. You have a sitting president who is definitely linked into these people, who's trying to minimize it, saying that he barely knows these people, when we've seen links to him going all the way back to the 80s, to this family. And no one's saying anything. Notice how even the left won't jump on this. That should tell you everything you need to know right now about the right-left paradigm. They want to get Trump on other things. They don't want to dig into this because this exposes the whole right-left paradigm. And so why aren't they jumping on this? This is a slam dunk. Because once a president's compromised by associations with known agents, that becomes a national security risk. Because what happens is the people at the top who have dirt on these people start pulling the puppet strings and guiding our government with their agenda instead of ours. Ever wonder why Trump loves sneeze reel so much? Maybe this is the reason. Because they already got stuff on him. So, is she ready to name names to save herself? And this article, basically, I'm going to summarize it for you. He says that she's waiting to see what they have on her. There's this discovery phase of all this. And once she finds out what they have on her, then she'll decide whether or not she's going to start naming names. Now, as we enter the holiday season, I expect that there could be some kind of bombshell. Although Trump's playing along, doing exactly what he's been told to do by sneeze reel with his peace deal, which, by the way, is no peace deal, in case you didn't know. What do you mean, Casey? Can't you be positive for once? Well, I would like to be, but before the ink even dried on the peace agreement, Israel was already jockeying for position for more armaments. Apache helicopters, Locust Army is what they want. A wish list that they gave to Trump before the ink had even dried on the peace deal. $8 billion in addition to the $38 billion that they already get or got from 2019 to 2028. So, is this really a peace deal when you're ramping up? That sounds counterintuitive to me. Now, some people believe in peace through strength, or strength through peace. Strength through, peace through strength, I guess is what I'm trying to say. But that just is not biblical. That's just not the way it works. So, you got to wonder. So, that's the update. I think on tomorrow's show, we're going to be covering maybe The Apprentice or later in the week and showing you some different symbolism, a more Apollo symbolism in the boardroom, and also the theme song for the show, which is all about the love of money being the root of all evil, as you can see right here. So, we'll get into that later in the week. I guess we can open up the show to other things you guys might want to talk about. I didn't plan on being on here too long. Just want to give you a quick update of what's going on. We're also going to cover this music video later in the week by Lady Gaga. Lots of symbolism in this music video. There you see Anubis. A lot of it links into iPet Goat 2. There's images in here of the crucifixion, as you can see right here. There is the two thieves. There is her in the middle. He takes these two nails, pierces her. And there's also themes of iPet Goat with the Mother Mary and the child, holding the child, just like in iPet Goat 2. These people are crazy. I mean, they're literally crazy. I believe these are the three wise men represented here. And so there's the purple heliotrope jar that she's holding, that she was holding in iPet Go 2. So we're going to get into all of that later in the week as well. And thanks to those of you who asked me to look at this video by Lady Gaga, which is now trending like number 39. I'm not going to play the music because the music actually climbs inside of your head. So that's part of the sorcery. And the more you sing it and it runs around in your head, it actually gives them power, gives power to the beast. So we're not going to play the music on that. So why do they continue to mock Christ? Why? Why do they do that? It's because Christ is real. When are people going to wake up? Everybody in the entertainment industry is obsessed with Christ and the story. And they keep repeating it over and over again with their symbolism. All right. So what else do we have here? Thanks everyone for showing up. We're going to end the show there. And I'll see you guys bright and early tomorrow. Much love to everybody. Take care and be safe.